Hello everyone and welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today I had another video for you today that I thought would be educational for new people that are in our community, as well as some people who are still not too sure about prices of reborns and how it's all just worked out. But first, I wanted to talk to you about this beautiful, beautiful baby girl that you can see here before you. She is the Cami Rose kit by Laura Lee Eagles, and she is a sold out edition. And she is being made by the amazing, talented artist in Australia, from Danny from Babes in Arms Nursery. And Danny is a friend of mine in the Reborn community, and I've had this baby of hers for a little while now, and she's still just so adorable. And I thought that you would love to see her today for this video. So what I wanted to discuss with you today is why are reborns so expensive? Luckily for us in this hobby, this hobby is getting out there. More and more people are discovering it, and more people are just as excited as we were when we first found out about this hobby. And they see pictures of these amazing, adorable babies, and they're like us who fell in love at first sight, are amazed that these aren't actually real and can't believe that these exist. And we all remember that feeling back in that when we first found out about them. But luckily for those people who are new to our community, they're getting to see these top quality babies right away. And they weren't around when we first started. The quality wasn't the same as this. Sorry, just a second. But nowadays, they get to see these amazing babies and they're like, oh my God, I want one of these. So then they think, oh, well, I want to buy one. Where do I buy one from? And then when they find out, when people have got these for sale and they're wanting $400, $500, $600, $700, $800, $900 for them, they're like, what? Like, what? Why are they so expensive? So today's video is a bit of an explanation to those new people of like how the reborn costs are, why they are, and how the artists get to the amount of money that they sell these for, to be able to recoup some of their costs and to make a bit of profit if that for their time and effort and that sort of thing, and their artistry, which is amazing. So the first thing is the kit cost. So these are kits. They're just blank vinyl. They've got no paint on them. They're very pale, and they get sold by reputable companies around the world. And generally, most kits in general, are around the $100 mark to even more. Can be a few $100s if they are much in demand or sold out or limited edition. So straight away, you've got at least $100 just for a blank head, 2 arms, 2 legs, pale, no color on it, very dull, like as in the vinyl. There's no life like on the vinyl. So then they need to buy their paints. And these paints are not cheap. So they have to paint these babies layer upon layer upon layer upon layer, because they need to bring likeness to the vinyl. And the only way you can achieve that is by doing I'm not an artist, but I just know that they have to do lots and lots of different layers of painting to be able to get the realistic skin tones. And that all takes paint, time, and that sort of thing. It's all a process. So once they've finished painting the reborns, they then have to do the hair. So hang on a second. So either they will paint the hair, or if, like most artists, they like to root. So then they have to buy the mohair. And can you imagine how much time it would take to root every single little hair in their head? Because it's like pretty much mono rooting. So it's micro rooting, they call it now, where they just root one hair at a time. That all takes a lot of time. And the mohair is not cheap, that's for sure. I know that. And then once they've finally got the paint done and they've got the hair done and they've sealed the baby so that when you're touching it, that the paint's not going to, wear off too easily, then they have to stuff the bodies, which not all kits come with a body. They have to, a fabric body. They have to be purchased, or they do come with a kit. Well, those bodies need to be stuffed. The limbs need to be stuffed. The head needs to be stuffed and weighted, because if you've got a baby's head that's just got no weight in it, it's not going to feel realistic, because a real baby's head has got weight in it. So they have to pay for the polyfill and the stockings and the beads that weight these babies down. And, the amount of time that an artist has to put into these amazing works of art, I mean, they have to be compensated for that time. They've put, weeks. Some people take weeks to make a reborn, and all that time and all the expenses of all the, costs and materials all have to be obviously compensated back to the artist, as well as they need to make a profit on top for their time and effort. And then they have to put it for sale, and then it all takes time. So that is why reborns cost so much money. And for me personally, I think it's worth the money, because these babies, once you get an amazing quality baby like this, and they bring you so much joy and you spend so much time with them, and you just, every time you look at them, they're tricking your eye into thinking they're real, to me is worth every dollar. So, and the other thing I wanted to mention was, most reborn artists do include outfits, accessories, stuff like that with your reborn, and all of that costs money as well. So it's not a cheap hobby. If you just want a cheap Walmart doll and you enjoy that doll, or Kmart doll, good on you. If that's what, makes you happy, it's cheap. If you enjoy that, great. But if you are wanting something that just would trick, you could take this baby out in public and everyone would think that it's actually a real baby. If you want that quality and you are after that type of quality in your hobby, in your collection, then you have to pay for it. We all wish we could get this for $100, but that's just not possible. Luckily, there are some secondhand babies on the market that, for whatever reason, the mum might need the money pretty quick. And sometimes you do find these sorts of quality, for only like up to like $300, $400. But that is rare, and it is the exception. It's not the everyday thing. So I just wanted to explain to, especially all the new people in our community, why these amazing babies are so expensive. But I do highly recommend them, and I think they are worth all the money. And even if you just have one really beautiful baby in your collection, then that's worth the money to me, than having 5 cheap babies. You know what I mean? That's my personal preference. So let me know what you think. Do you prefer to have one top quality, high quality doll, then lots of the cheaper dolls? I'd love to know what your thoughts are on this. So don't forget to go to my community tab, and where you see this gorgeous little girl, that's where you can make a comment, and you can also see other people's comments. So I do encourage you to reach out and speak out about what your thoughts are on this. And don't forget to subscribe if you'd like to see more of these gorgeous babies. This Cami Rose is absolutely to die for, and she is a very cherished part of my collection. She takes a magnetic dummy. As you can see, the magnet is hidden away here, and it just easily attaches like that, because she's got a magnet behind her mouth there. Nice and easy, and just a great thing about our hobby, with how they can take dummies like that and just add extra realism. But anyway, don't forget to give it a thumbs up, subscribe, and until next time, thanks for watching, and see you later. Bye from me and Cami.